good to have term limits for presidents? I think it is good to have term limits for presidents because without term limits, one president could just keep being re-elected and there would be no variation in the opinion of the president. And then our country could either, if it started going downhill because of the president, it could just keep going downhill because that president could keep getting re-elected. Yeah.
As president, one has many powers. These include the appointment power, the power to convene Congress, the power to make treaties, veto power, the power to preside over the military as commander-in-chief, and pardoning power. Appointment power is the power to choose who the president wants to surround him with, the people who the president wants as advisors. For example, if one of the senators steps down, the president can fill that slot with someone of his choice.
The president also has the power to convene Congress. This means that the president must keep the Congress informed and he has the power to pull all the Congress members together. For example, if Barack Obama wanted to inform Congress on a specific topic, he could make all the members come in for the meeting. This was more common in the past when Congress didn't get together all year long.
In order to make treaties with forgiven countries, the president must get a 2/3 vote in the Senate. The president has the power to veto Congress bills that are passed if he doesn't not think they should be laws. For example, President Obama vetoed making further continuing appropriations for the 2010 fiscal year.
Presidents have the power to preside over the military as their commander-in-chief. He makes the ultimate decisions. For example, President Obama decided that our military was going to end the war and pull the troops from combat. The president also has the power to pardon. This means they can basically take away criminal behaviors that a person has committed, including the punishment for these actions. Bill Clinton pardoned his brother in 1984.
Presidents have many people and positions that help him in running the country. The vice president is second in command and will become president if the current president were to die, like how Andrew Jackson became president after President Lincoln was assassinated. The power of the vice president depends on the president. The president decides the duties that the vice president needs to attend to.
The cabinet is also determined by the president. They decide who is part of the cabinet and when they meet. Their function is to help the president make decisions. Over the years, the presidents have relied on their cabinet more and more. First ladies also assist the president by making contributions to society and indirectly advising their husbands.
The executive office of the president or the EOP assists the president by helping him direct the executive branch actions. They help by making policies. The White House staff helps the president by doing whatever it is the president needs done. They help him make moves that will play to his advantage so that he won't make mistakes.
Presidents play a large role in legislation. They come up with ideas and programs that they want passed, but it does not usually pass through Congress. However, if they propose it themselves, it is more likely to get passed than if they suggest someone else's idea. For example, President Obama's healthcare program. They can use their parties to their advantage and get political support from them.
The president also plays a part in choosing what the budget is spent on. He proposes to Congress what he wants and then Congress makes the final decisions. He tells Congress what programs he feels are most important to run and what is essential. The Office of Management and Budget is full of policy specialists who help the president with his proposal in many different ways.
Presidents may also issue executive orders. These are regulations that has the effect of law without the Congress's approval. They can also issue signing statements. These are comments they make when signing a bill. They can say things about the bill that they will not support or will enact on differently. President Obama left a signing statement on the Military Spouses Residency Relief Act saying he thought it is essential.
I believe it is good that presidents have term limits for a couple of reasons. First, some people argue that 8 years isn't a long enough time for a president to make a change in our country, and I disagree because President Obama implemented his healthcare reform in 5 years. So if a president has to take longer than 8 years to place his ideas into actions, is it really the president we want? It has been proven that changes have been made within the 2 terms that presidents are allowed. President Lincoln ended slavery in his short time as president. All of that being said, I don't think the time constraint is an argument as to why presidents should not have term limits. Also, some people argue that the people should be able to vote in whoever they want for as long as they want, but the way our presidential elections work, that is not necessarily true. In 2000, Al Gore won the popular vote, showing that the people wanted him to be president. However, George W. Bush beat him out in the Electoral College. This shows that the people truly do not pick who the president is. And if there was no term limits, the same person could keep getting elected even though the people did not want him or her as their president. Another reason I believe we should have term limits is because our founding fathers wanted our country to be a democracy. And they wanted the powers to be split between different branches. So if a president is president for too long, he may obtain too much power and become more dictator than president. And that's not what our country was supposed to be, and it's not constitutional for one person to have more power than others. And the final reason I believe that term limits are good is because it is good to get new bodies and thoughts or ideas into the White House. This stops our country from being routine. As of now, our country is in debt. A new president may come in 2016 and get us out of debt. New people bring new laws, policies, and ideas. So it is a good thing that our country passed the 22nd Amendment and made term limits.